Hello and welcome back. If you have never suffered from procrastination, raise your hand up. If I catch you, if I see anybody's hand up, procrastination is something we have all suffered from. Me and I've suffered from procrastination, and it's something that we all need to keep getting better on. So today I'm going to be sharing 4 tips. Firstly, procrastination is very simple. We all know the meaning, right? What you have to do, but you're postponing it. Oh, I'm going to do this later. I'm going to do this later. Someone said procrastination is a thief of time. Another person said, no, procrastination is not just a thief of time. Procrastination is a killer of dream. Another person said procrastination is the creator of endless problems. So procrastination is just bad. They are all right. It's a waste of time. It's a killer of dreams. It's a creator of endless wahala. But today let's share 4 tips that have actually helped me a lot. In overcoming procrastination or getting better with procrastination. So the first one is challenge, setting and taking challenges. If you know me, you know that I've been talking about taking challenges, doing challenges, over some time now, because it has really, really helped me reduce, and I can't say completely eliminate it, but it has helped me actually reduce to a barest minimum procrastinating. So under certain challenges, I'm going to share 5 rules that's going to help you. The first one is have a goal, write it down. Whatever you want to do, whatever challenge, whatever task, mission, project you want to do, write it down. It's very important that we write it down. Some people have to do lists. It's very important, but if you don't do the second rule, your to-do list might basically be irrelevant. So the first rule is write it down. The second rule is allocate time to that project, allocate time to that task. Put a time, put a date to it. This fix your system. Put a time and date. Have a deadline. Set a deadline to that. Oh, I'm going to do this activity on so time. I'm going to do this activity on this day, on this time. If possible, in this particular place. That will really help you. I go to the gym, right? My gym starts at 7 o'clock, right? I know that the gym starts for me at 7 o'clock. I try as much as possible to be there at 7 because there is a time for it. But when we don't allocate time to the other tasks we have to do in our life, we say ourselves, oh, I'm going to do it later. We didn't put a time to it. I'm going to do that later. I'm going to do that later. We just keep pushing. But when we put a time to it and set a deadline, that will really help us. So the rule number 3 is have someone to hold you accountable. Have someone to hold you accountable. You're on a journey to get better, with procrastinating. It's better you have somebody around you to hold you accountable. Oh, I'm going to do this at so time. Please check up on me. The person can be with you physically. The person can be your friend. You can chat the person up. Oh, I intend to do this at so time. Please help check up on me. So that will really, really help you. So over time, you can now start, when you're getting better, you might not really need anybody to hold you accountable. You are now disciplined enough to hold yourself accountable. But rule number 3 is very, very important if you are really starting out. So rule number 4 is commit to rule number 2. Rule number 2 is setting a timeline, right? Set a timeline, set a date and a time we want to do the activity. Rule number 4 is commit to that time. You have said, oh, I'm going to do this at 2 o'clock on Monday. Commit to that time. You need to commit to it. It's not enough for you to just write it down. It's not enough for you to set a time to it. It's not enough for you to have a deadline. So rule number 4 says you must keep to that deadline. You must keep to that time. Once it's that time, you can set an alarm on your phone. You can, ensure that you do that activity at that time you have set in rule number 2. Then rule number 5 is celebrate and reward yourself. is very, very crucial, right? Celebrate and reward yourself. If you're able to complete that task, reward yourself. You can set a reward ahead of time and say, oh, I'm going to go for lunch. I'm going to do this. I'm going to use social media. If you're going to say, on the period of doing this assignment, I'm not going to use social media. So you can say, oh, once I'm done, I'm going to do 30 minutes social media. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to, pick a reward for yourself is really, really very important. It will help you. So we're all talking about tip number 1. So tip number 2 is the 2 minutes rule. We all know this rule. Maybe some people are just hearing for the first time. So the 2 minutes rule is, if you know the activity or task is going to take you less than 2 minutes, do it right away. Let me share a very good example. Oh, I'm going to send this person a text message later, or I'm going to send this email. If it's going to take you less than 2 minutes to send that email, do it right away. Oh, tomorrow I'm going to send this person this message. You have your phone with you. Why not just send the person a message immediately, right? Or you want to make a call, I'll call this guy later. If you have your phone with you and you have the time, why not just call the person and, and get it done with, So the 2 minutes rule is really, really very important. Then the tip number 3 is break that task down. I have 8 videos to shoot. When will I shoot these 8 videos? When will I shoot these 8 videos? But when I focus on the 8 videos, right? I have 8 videos to shoot. I might not even start. But when I tell myself, oh, I want to go and shoot 1 video now, right? You break that task, right? No matter how big the project is, no matter how big the assignment, the task you have to do, when you break it down, it's a bit easier. But when I tell myself, oh, I'm going to shoot 1 video, I'm going to shoot 1 video from 1, 2, 3, just like that. But when I want to go and shoot 8 videos, oh, I'm not ready. I don't have that time to shoot 8 videos. I'm going to do it later. But when you break the project down, when you break that task down, it will definitely help you start, right? And once you've started, you just basically keep moving. So the tip number 4 is progress over perfection, right? Progress over perfection. We should lower our perfectionistic standard. I've always had that mindset of progress over perfection, right? Because I just like to keep going. I believe that you always make progress. You always get better in the process. Some people have this mindset, oh, everything needs to get ready. I need to have this in place. I need to get this. Everything needs to be perfect before you start. That is a very big, it breeds procrastination. Oh, you just keep procrastinating because something is not just in place. And you quite know that you can actually do without it. Sometimes people just give themselves that excuse. Oh, everything is not in place, so I can't move ahead. I just giving yourself that excuse to justify your procrastination. Start, my dear, start. You have everything you need. Just start. Or you want to shoot a YouTube video. Oh, I need to buy a tripod, a big tripod. I need to buy a camera. And you have an iPhone, or you have a good Android phone that you can start with. Oh, I need to buy this mic. This mic that they use for podcasts, that when you plug it, you can Baba, just start. So let's avoid being in that trap of being perfectionistic, and let's just start. We get better. Progress over perfection. Just as we keep going, we basically keep getting better. So these are the 4 tips that will help you conquer, reduce, eliminate, whatever I want to call it, procrastination. So, the moment you start practicing these tips, it will really, really help you. The first one, set a challenge, have a challenge. The second one is the 2 minutes rule. If something is going to take you less than 2 minutes to accomplish, do it right away. The third one is, right? The third one is focus on the next step. Break that task down, break that task, that project, break it down and just do the barest minimum to get started. Then the final tip is lower your perfectionistic standard. Progress over perfection. I hope these tips are really useful to you. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.